Hey y'all, it's your girl T Louise. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be dedicated to me expressing and just sharing with y'all some of my knowledge as I'm on this new walk in this new journey with following Christ. I feel like it's very important that I express these things because these are things that I've been battling with, things that I've been dealing with. And if you are a new Christian as well on your walk with Christ, you may be experiencing some of the same things that I have been experiencing. So with that being said, y'all, we are going to go ahead and get into today's video. All right, y'all, so welcome back to my channel. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and make sure you guys turn your notification bells on so that you are aware of when I drop new videos. My posting schedule is on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We got motivational Mondays, we got wind down Wednesdays, and Fridays, of course, is favored Fridays. Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna do, I think it should be favorite Fridays. I think that's the name I'm gonna stick with. So I'm just gonna be talking about a little bit of my journey today. I recently have been like really trying to take my walk with Christ a little more seriously. I don't feel like it's something that I was taking seriously in the beginning. A few years ago, I was on a spiritual route. I was basically practicing witchcraft. So like I was working with crystals and candles and, you know, I was all about that manifestation and things like that. And God really like convicted me when I was doing that. You know, he let me know that, you know, this is not of God. And actually when I was on that route and I was doing those things, like I really had a lot of fear that was built up in me. Like even when I would walk around the house, like I would see shadows and stuff like that. And I just really wasn't feeling safe in my own home. You know, I was burning sage and things like that. And truth be told, while I was on that journey and now that I'm actually on the journey of following Christ, I've actually learned that, you know, you really don't know what you're calling on when you're doing things like that. You know, praying to your ancestors and things like that. Like our ancestors, my mom who's passed away, you know, I longed to like connect with her. I really wanted to be able to speak to her because there were so many unsaid things that I didn't get to say before she passed away. But in reality, people who have passed away are not, we're not being able to communicate with them. So, you know, the one thing I learned being on the journey of practicing witchcraft and things like that was I'm not talking to nobody ancestors. I'm not talking to nobody but demons, spirits, and those type of things. And that's really nothing to play around with. When I was on that journey, I can honestly say that the Lord really protected me from a lot of things because I didn't know what I was doing. You know, I just was doing it because everybody else was doing it. And, you know, I thought this was the wave. I thought this was the way. Even though I personally grew up in church. I mean, I grew up in church, literally. My granny was taking me to church. I was in VBS Bible school. Like, I was in church consistently as a child. But I think growing up along the way, I kind of lost my path and I lost my way. I became a lost sheep. So I, fast forward to a year later, my boyfriend and I, we moved to a whole nother state. And I really like suffered. I battled with depression. I was battling with a lot of things that were really hard for me to cope and deal with. And I realized that the Lord had put me in a position, in a situation where I had nothing else. I had no one else to lean on but him. So in this time, since I've been here, I've been able to truly understand who he is and build a relationship with him. And I would say maybe like a month or two ago is when I actually accepted Jesus Christ into my life and into my heart. And since then, since I've been on this journey of following Christ, it has not been easy. There are times when I honestly feel like giving up. There are times when, you know, I don't feel like I see the fruit of my labor, and that's why I want to give up. But in this time, if you are a new Christian and you are new on this journey, I just want you to know that you are on God's timing. You know, God is not a genie. He's not somebody that, you know, you do the work, he grants you 3 wishes. Like, that's not how it goes. You seriously have to have endurance on this path of following Christ. Endurance is not a week. Endurance is not 2 weeks. It's not a month. It's not 2 months. It's day after day after day, serious dedication, and being intentional with the things that you are doing. And along on this journey, the things that I have really realized is that your faith is going to be tested. And I've been praying that prayer, Lord, please help me with my faith. Lord, please help me to have more faith and trust in you. Okay. Another thing on this new journey, be careful what you pray for, because what you pray for, he's going to answer that prayer, but it's not going to be in the way that you think it's going to be in. So when I was praying, Lord, please help me with my faith. Help me to have more faith in you. Help me to, you know, trust in you more. He was like, okay. God gives you situations that put you in the position to have more faith and more trust in him. So when you are praying, Lord, please help me to have patience. Lord, please help me to, you know, to be less angry, you know, and things like that. God's going to put you in positions and in situations to help you with those things. So that's just a few things I've just literally learned on my walk with Christ. And y'all know I love to take notes, okay? I got my notes over here, just making sure I can stay on track with everything. This is gonna be like a really short video because I just wanted to make sure I get everything out in one setting. But definitely, when you're on your walk with Christ, endurance is key. Like, you cannot give up. It's going to be hard. And allow yourself to have a grace. Give yourself grace, because it's not easy, you know. You're used to a whole different type of life before you turn your life to Christ. So when you turn your life to Christ, you're learning his way, and now you're trying to unlearn your way. So when you make mistakes, when you fall back into sin, when you fall back into, you know, things that the Lord asks you to let go of, and I'm just speaking from experience, because I used to be addicted to marijuana. And the Lord, you know, he revealed to me months ago that I needed to let it go. But I still would, you know, fall back into it. I still would slip up every now and then. And so I would feel so bad, and I would feel so disappointed with myself. And what I realized is that I wouldn't allow myself to progress and move forward in my journey with God, because I was holding myself bound for a mistake that he had already forgiven me for. So when you are on this journey, just allow yourself to have grace, because you are still trying to learn and unlearn the things that you knew before you actually were introduced to Christ, or reintroduced to Christ, and are seriously taking your walk seriously. So just have endurance, and just trust and have faith in him that he will help you through everything, because I have truly been through a lot in life. At the age of 24, I have lost, in the time span of 3 years, I have lost both of my parents. And it's been really hard for me. I've been homeless, sleeping in my car. Me and my mom were sleeping in our car. We were homeless. You know, and just that whole situation was like a really huge eye-opener for me. I think that was the first time that I really realized that I am not in control of anything. The only person that is in control of this world, of this life, is God. And me being homeless, and then after losing my mom and experiencing death so close, was really just it really just gave me that eye-opener, like, you are not in control. And there's a lot of things that the Lord is working on the inside of me, that he is detoxing me from. And that's another thing on this journey with God. You are going to be detoxed of so many things that you didn't even know you had going on the inside. Like, I've learned so much about myself, just being in a relationship, and also just my relationship that I'm growing with God. So just understand that when you choose this path to follow Christ, you are literally going to have to die to yourself. You are going to have to die to everything that you knew. You are going to have to die to your past, and you are going to have to be reborn. And that's literally how it is. But it's the most beautiful rebirth there is. And just trust your process and enjoy who you're becoming. I think that that's been something that's been really hard for me. Is for a while I was kind of stuck in that in between, like my old self and my new self. I was just like right here in the middle of both of them. And I was fearful of going back to my past self because that's what I was used to. But I was also afraid of going into my new self because I didn't know who she was. And when I first started becoming her, I felt weird on the inside. I was like, this is weird. I'm used to these other things. I'm used to smoking every day. I'm used to being angry when people cut me off on the interstate. Like, I'm used to, doing petty things. And now it's like, I don't smoke. I don't partake in marijuana. I barely drink alcohol. I think if I drink alcohol, it may be like wine or something. But even within, like, it's just like the things that I used to do, I don't do anymore. And that's the whole point of being a Christ follower. Like, at some point it has to be I used to, not I still do. So just embrace your walk with Christ. Whoever is watching this video, I just want you to know that God loves you and he has chosen you for a reason. He has called you for a reason, and he has placed you on this path for a reason. He loves you. There is nothing that you can do or have done that he cannot forgive you for. And he is always right there waiting for you to call on him, waiting for you to lean on him, because he has your back, and he always has. I love you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know that it was really short, but I just wanted to kind of express, just these first couple months of long on my journey. And I will continue to do videos like this because I want to continuously give updates about my journey with following Christ. Maybe like every couple months or so, things like that. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please let me know what other content you guys would love to see from me. I'm trying to be more consistent with my YouTube channel and just listen to God more about the things that I need to put out. So with that being said, y'all, I love you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe and like this video, and make sure you guys have your notification bells on. Peace, love, and blessings. T. Louise.